My next guest here, the one and only Shore Gregory. Now, I got to go down the list. Shore Gregory is from the Island Creek Oyster Farm, which is also part of the Island Creek Oyster Bar, which is also part of the Island Creek Oyster Foundation. I've been to some oyster farms, and you and I had this conversation. You know, I've seen them. I've seen them very different. Now, you guys are different because I've seen them. They're crated, and it's a very controlled environment to a certain degree. You know, there's some different science techniques, if you will. You know, but what is a differential point for Island Creek as compared to other oyster farms?
Yeah, Duxbury Bay just happens to be one of those uniquely perfect places to grow oysters. The combination of salinity, temperature, the type of nutrients that exist in Duxbury Bay, all of those things lend themselves to a great balanced oyster. And when we say balanced, we mean sort of salinity on the front end and then a sort of sweet, complex finish on the back end. Beyond that, there is really a lack of natural predation in Duxbury, which allows us to grow oysters through an upweller and nursery system. But then when the oysters are about an inch or an inch and a half in diameter, we're able to plant them directly on the bottom. So we sort of jokingly call that free-range oysters. And because of that, we're able to harvest oysters 52 weeks a year. And additionally, because they grow on the bottom, they have plenty of room. They're very uniform. The shells are very thick. So, you know, our guys work really, really hard to produce beautiful oysters. But Duxbury Bay certainly has a hand in producing these amazing oysters.
So from the tours, you started this festival, okay? Now I think it's taken on a life of its own. You know, I live on the South Shore, so it's actually very famous down there, and I know a lot of people know about it. So tell us how the whole festival came to be.
The festival was started by a group of farmers in Duxbury, and it was done in April as a way to sort of bless the upcoming oyster season. And it was really an excuse for a group of us to get together and have a little party. But out of it came some real good, which was we realized that we had an amazing vehicle to raise money. And 4 years ago, we moved the festival from the back of the restaurant in sort of a backyard. We moved it out to Duxbury Beach, and moving it out there provided us a larger venue to hold the Oyster Festival. And we really had no idea what we were doing. But the first year we moved it out to the beach, 1,000 people came. And as we were leading up to the festival, we decided that it would probably be a good idea to have some food there for people to eat. So we asked Jeremy Sewell of Lineage Eastern Standard, now obviously one of our partners at the Oyster Bar, himself, Jamie Bissonette of Toro and Copa, and Greg Reeves from Green Street. Those guys came down and cooked a little food, and people really had a great time.
I look forward to seeing you at the festival, and we're going to have some oysters and have a great time. And folks, make sure you get out there and join us, all right? So we'll see you then.